yes, that tune will be in your head all day now. Yes, and that's a good tune to have. I like it. Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Irampour. Yeah, Elmo is definitely a favorite of Roya's, thanks to the Elmo Goes Potty book that you handed us.
That's right.
From your kids. So
yes,
thank you, Eric.
the hand-me-down. Yes, I was going to hand you down the actual potty that we had, but I just figured that was kind of a little too much.
But Elmo goes potty, and so does Roya now, so that's great.
Yes.
Speaking of things moms deal with, it's almost Mother's Day. Dads deal with this too, of course.
Yeah.
We're going to be showing pictures of Mom all morning long. Right now, we're going to get a check of your forecast. So let's check in with Evan. Hi, Evan.
Hi, good morning. It is Friday morning. We are waking up to a little bit of gray outside. It's overcast, but those clouds are not too low to the ground. This is Mission Bay as we start off the morning. You can see how it is quite overcast, quite gray out there, but we aren't seeing visibility limited. That's a little bit of the good news attached to this one. Forecast highs are going to be just very similar to where they were yesterday. Upper 60s across the coast, 70s inland. We'll take a look at what the extended 8-day forecast looks like, including as we head toward your Mother's Day. It's going to be kind of a rinse and repeat over the next several days with what we've got going on out there. Details in just a few. Jenny?
So very quiet out there for a Friday morning commute. Good morning if you're just tuning in. 6:01, I want to zoom in right in the middle of your map here on the 8. If you are traveling westbound right near the 15, there's a ladder in the road. This is probably the biggest thing we're dealing with, so that right lane is blocked. You can see our travel times are fine. Speaking of travel times, a very slight buildup on the Coronado Bridge right at about mid-span. You'll just notice a little bit of volume. You're still kind of hovering at about the speed limit. Everything up to the North County, freeway time-wise and crash-wise looks okay. Eric.
We are learning more about the 2 children killed in a house fire in Chula Vista. News 8 confirmed the 2 boys, brothers ages 4 and 5. A man believed to be the father of the young boys escaped along with a woman. Investigators are still trying to figure out how this fire started. Meantime, a makeshift memorial is growing outside of that house.
I just hope it brings them a slight bit of joy to know that their community is here to support them.
One of the boys was a kindergartner at Avondale Elementary in Spring Valley. The dad also worked there. A GoFundMe has been set up for the family, and we have a link to it at cbs8.com.
We are nearly a week now since a major healthcare provider became the target of a cyber attack. This has forced the cancellation of many appointments.
And many patients have told us they are still in the dark about what's going on. News 8's Chris Groh joining us live from Chula Vista to shed some light on the issue, including concerns from a lot of our viewers here, Chris.
And a lot of those viewers reaching out to us because they feel like they're in the dark right now, wondering what's going to happen next, especially those with those canceled appointments, because as we've pointed out all morning here, that ransomware attack impacted the health system by having some of those patients having to have their appointments canceled, and some tell us they haven't been rescheduled yet. One of those patients is Andrew Kaufman, someone we heard about from in the last half hour. He had a critical surgery scheduled this week to help find a treatment for his rare muscular disease, and it was canceled due to the cyber attacks, and there's been no effort to reschedule. And that's the issue that a lot of these viewers and a lot of these patients are writing in about. We know that there are a lot of people that rely on not only the Scripps healthcare system, but just in general, the type of patient care that they receive, and a lot of the surgeries that are now being done, and they need those to happen. And even it could be something like, for instance, filling out prescriptions. That was canceled for this man named Jacob. He was unable to get his medication right away when he needed it, but thankfully he was able to contact Scripps to pick it up a day later. However, if that didn't happen, there could have been some really bad consequences.
I've been on that medication for 20 years. If I had not taken it for 2 days, I could have gone into a coma and died.
Scary to think. Now, Scripps has addressed the issue. They wrote, quote, "As Scripps Health continues to address the cyber attack from this past weekend, our facilities remain open for patient care, including our hospitals, emergency departments, urgent care centers, Scripps Health Express locations, and other outpatient facilities. Our technical teams and vendor partners are working tirelessly to resolve issues related to the cyber attack as quickly as possible." Now, Scripps goes on to say they are trying to reschedule canceled appointments, but if you have appointments scheduled during the next several days and you're unsure about whether or not they've been canceled or if they're going to be rescheduled or if they're still going to happen, you can call a number. It's 1-800-SCRIPPS, SCRIPPS, 1-800-SCRIPPS, and that's where they are directing patients to find the latest information. Eric and Neda.
Chris Groh, we appreciate the update. New this morning, Pfizer has just started the application process for full FDA approval for its COVID vaccine. They're the first company to apply for full approval here in the U.S. Right now, this 2-dose shot has emergency use approval. That's how people are able to get it. Now, Pfizer is also seeking authorization to give the vaccine to kids ages 12 and up.
Well, more areas are dropping pandemic restrictions. Los Angeles and San Francisco have moved into the least restrictive yellow tier. However, San Diego still in orange.
Yeah, and they're a lot more populated than we are here. Our adjusted case rate, though, stands at 5 for every 100,000 people. Now, to drop to yellow, it would have to fall below 2 and stay there for 2 consecutive weeks. The state is planning to get rid of this entire tier system and lift restrictions on June 15th. So that's coming soon. But in the meantime, 226 new cases are being reported in San Diego. There were no new deaths to report. Taking a look at the vaccine distribution numbers, more than 3 million now. Yeah, we've reached 3,071,000 doses, and that means just over 55% of people in the county have been vaccinated, with almost 39% being fully vaccinated.
Big Bird, Elmo, and the rest of the crew making a stop here in town.
Oh boy, today marks the start of Sesame Street Kids weekends happening at SeaWorld. And News 8's Allison Royal joining us live with a look at all the fun for the whole family. You introduced us to a lemur. What do you have for us now?
Well, you've actually met him before. This is Spike. We met him a few months ago when we were here for Rescue Tales, but now he is the star of a brand new show here at Sesame Street Kids Weekend at SeaWorld San Diego. So, Jojo, tell me a little bit about Spike here. I understand he has a bit of a rags to riches story.
That's right. Spike here was rescued about 25 years ago during a drug raid in Oakland, California. And since then, he's been doing educational programs and meeting kids and adults and just getting people to care about alligators, which is really important because alligators here are actually one of our major success stories here in the U.S. We hunted them to the brink of extinction and had successful programs that actually brought them back into the wild. Now there's over 2 million alligators back in the swamps of Florida alone. So they're now a problem animal, which is really, really cool to see. And it shows that if you really do care about species, you can make a big difference out there in the wild, which is why his story is one of the more profound ones in ours for rescue. A really, really amazing creature to look at as well.
So talk about the interactive component to this show here.
So the interactive actions, a lot of them comes from the characters coming out on stage and actually do dances with Elmo and Abby Cadabby, and that's really fun. Interaction from our point is just the visual stimulus. There is a meet and greet that you can book after the show. That's for a select few families, and it is a lot of fun. You get to meet a couple of animals like Spike. But yes, Ours for Rescue is happening Fridays or Saturdays and Sundays. The Sesame Street weekend is Friday through Sunday. A lot of fun stuff going on, especially here in Bay of Play as well. But yeah, come check us out. It's a really good time.
Thank you so much, Jojo. All right, well, if you want to meet Spike or one of the other friends that I'm meeting this morning, oh my gosh, look at how beautiful he is. You can catch him at SeaWorld San Diego at Sesame Street Kids Weekend, which starts today. So if you need Mother's Day plans for the weekend, I have a feeling Spike is available. But look how beautiful he is. My goodness.
Boy, I've never heard an alligator being described as beautiful. Pretty sweet, though. Pretty stoic.
Stoic, yeah, that's a good way to...
neck there, but very cool looking.
And I love his hands. We were like in awe of those hands.
Yeah.
They're pretty impressive.
I wonder how he likes being pet this morning.
I know.
Thanks, Allison.
He seems pretty happy.
Yeah,
He's
get a
got that
massage.
smile.
There we go. Now he's moving.
Smile.
He heard me.
There you go.
He's like, hey, I'll show you. I can move my neck.
Spike, thank you for
All right, let's check in with Evan now. Have you ever been that close to a gator, Evan? That was Allison was really up close and personal.
Yeah.
This whole time, I've just been very nervous watching. That alligator is stunningly calm.
Yes.
And that terrifies me. So.
Yeah, it's calm until it's not.
Yes.
Also, I want to know Spike's backstory. I want the whole story of how, I mean, we got a brief synopsis, but that wasn't enough information.
He knows some shady characters.
He just seriously, he just peppered that in there, and then we're all like, what? He was part of a drug deal?
And now he's at Sesame Street.
And now he is part of SeaWorld, so it's beautiful. He really had to come up. Good morning, everyone. It is 6:10 right now. Overcast skies outside along the coastline. We're going to be seeing those temperatures warm up into the 60s along the coast, 70s inland. Here's your Mother's Day weekend forecast, looking beautiful. 68 degrees is the forecast high for both days. We're going to be seeing gradual clearing through the PM hours, but AM fog and overcast skies are definitely going to be the theme for each morning to come. Overnight lows are not too bad out there, 57 degrees. Winds right now in the single digits. We're going to be seeing that wind advisory take effect at 2 p.m. It extends through early tomorrow morning, and onshore flow is what we're picking up on right now, so humidity values are quite all right. We'll see plenty of sunshine into 8 and 10 a.m. Temperatures warming up to about 67 by 2 p.m. and then cooling down from there beyond 4 and 5 p.m. We'll make our way back down to the low 60s out there. You can see what we've got going on outside. That marine layer continues to extend toward your inland valleys. Again, not quite as low to the ground, so just overcast skies is what we're seeing right now. Those clouds are going to start to retreat as we head into the next several hours, so closer to 8, 9, 10 a.m. we'll see them progressively start to clear out.